Nothing left to subtract. Some words when spoken can't be taken back. He walks on his own with thoughts he can't help thinking. Futures above, in the past he's slow and sinking. Caught a bolt of lightning, cursed the day he let it go. And I better leave it there, because then it goes real high and I just can't handle it. Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out that old jam. Man, I love this song. I played this in covers bands back in Tasmania for years and years. I didn't play it right though. So I'd figured out that it had a capo at the 5th fret for quite some time, and then I was playing around. It was just like regular C and A minor, G, A minor and F. This is kind of how I was doing it. And I knew it was an F major 9 chord like this, but this note here, the note with the first finger, was real dominant. So I had the idea that, well, maybe if you bunch the capo up and put this open string and then tune that open string to that note, which is an F, then it makes it a lot more dominant. And I was pretty sure that was it. I thought the mystery had been solved. I was like, yeah, I got it now. It sounds loads better. But particularly in the bridge, there was something else. And I'm like, it's not quite there. There's something else going on in the way that they're playing it that doesn't quite sound right to me. So I watched a couple of live videos and I just caught a little glimpse of an F power chord. And I'm like, you can't play an F power chord and get that finger under there. It doesn't work. And then I discovered the trick. The trick is tuning this B string, so upper semitone as well, so that the note under the capo is an F. So with the capo on, the tuning will be A, D, G, C, F, F. So we've got 2 Fs here, okay? The capo at the 5th fret on the 2nd string, and the open, what would be the E string, is now an F as well. So to get our regular F chord, we now use, it's like a C chord, but because this note here with the first finger has been tuned up a semitone, we now have to lower it down a semitone, and then we've got that capo position. So actually now our F chord is like a C, but with the first finger off. That's the first chord. Now the second chord that we come to would normally be an A minor chord, but again, because this note has been tuned up, we have to move it down. So there's our A minor. We then have a G sus chord, which now just means 3rd finger on the thicker string, muting the 5th string. All of the rest of the strings open. A minor, and then for the F, oh yeah baby, it's an F power chord, but with the open G string, and then those 2 thinner strings as well. The open G string gives us the 9th. So it's a lovely, lovely, I'm calling it an F add 9. Of course, it's actually in pitch-wise a B flat add 9, but I'm always going to call these chords. So this one, I'm going to call that a C, rather than trying to call it like a C major 7th grip or whatever. It is just, I'm going to call it a C because it looks kind of like a C shape. That, I'm going to call an A minor. That's the G, A minor, and I'm going to call that an F. Now there are some variations to these chords as well, which we'll go through as we come to it. So the song, I'm feeling it in 6/8 8 time, which means that it's 2 strong pulses of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I'm thinking it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would be a good start, is just strumming on 1 and 4 each time for that chord progression. And that's it, you got it there. So we got C divided, C to A minor, to G to A minor to F, C when unbroken, A minor, G to A minor to F, C on his own, A minor, and G to A minor to F chord, the C chord above, A minor, in his G's A minor to F chord. So that's the basic chord progression that we've got for the verses. The strumming pattern as used in the song changes a little bit. The important thing, as most times, is to keep the hand moving consistently. So if you put in an extra strum or you do a little bit less, particularly a song like this is kind of sensitive, you want to be playing it nice and softly, and if you miss some strums, actually it might add to it a little bit. So I'm going to explain it to you as like a basic chord progression, but there are definitely going to be times where you want to be doing a little bit less, possibly a little bit more in the sections where it builds, like the bridge. Most basic pattern we're going to be doing is this: 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and 1, 2, 4, 5 and 6, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and nice and softly. You want to be holding your pick real light. Here, the beginning. Just leave the up, down, up for the first time on the C. It sounds real nice. The same on the F here. I'm just doing a little bit of a neck wobble there to get a bit of vibrato as well. Particularly on the C, it sounds nice. Coming up here. Now I think on the original recording it might be a bit of whammy bar action, but I feel I'm just pulling and pushing the neck a little bit. It's mainly pulling, so I'm holding the guitar firmly with my body, and just by pulling back with my hand, you know, it can get a little bit extreme. You just subtly just giving it a little bit of a pull, a little bit of a wobble gives you a nice subtle bit of vibrato there. The chord progression in the verse is exactly the same as it was for the intro. 1 whole bar of C, then half a bar of C, half a bar of A minor, half a bar of G, half a bar of A minor, and then a bar of F. It does that through 4 times. At the end it stays on the F chord. We have 1 bar of F, then half a bar of F, and it moves to a D. But I shouldn't really be calling it a D, I should be calling it an A, relative to the capo. It's the 10th fret though. First finger is going to go in the 10th fret. So it looks like a D power chord if you forget the harmony that you're in. That's what it would look like. And it's just doing that for that last little bit. So F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chord, lightning. F, G. But it's now doing a G power chord, just moving it up 2 frets and then back to F. Now we've got a C with an E bass shape. Of course, actually it's an F with an A bass if we're talking about the real harmony, but with the capo on, you think of it as like a C chord, first finger off, but we're targeting that low E string there. So you get the nice movement, F, C with an E bass to F. Into the chorus. So let me just go through from the end of the verse, once through that last verse chord progression with the little bit where it stays on the F, and then into the pre-chorus. Make sure that you got that bit down. So futures above, in the fast, he's slow and sinking. It's F to take. Thought about lightning. Curse the day he let it go. Sing the bass to F. No, no, no. C chord. F, G chord. 2 whole bars on that, back to C. Isn't it something? F to the G. She wants belief, and it goes up real high, and I just can't reach it no matter how hard I try. I mean, this is Eddie Vedder, right? So it's really difficult to cover Eddie Vedder stuff because his range is ridiculous. He can go like low and rich and big and then straight up and whoa! Like, I can't be going there. It just sounds really awful. I'd love to do proper cover of this one, but I've never been able to. Always, if you have the same problem, which I imagine most humans do, is just to sing that second verse down an octave from what he goes. So just go, thought she can't help thinking, rather than she's right up there. It's just a bit too much. So after that chorus, we're back into verse 2 with the really high vocal, and then we've got another pre-chorus and another chorus, and then we go into the bridge. Now the bridge is going to the A minor. She don't want him, no, she won't beat him after he's gone away. Into the sun. This is the same as the pre-chorus. Into the sun. So let's have a look at those bridge chords now. So we start off here with an A minor. No, no, she won't F, she won't G him. No, no, she won't F him. A minor, that was unfortunate. A minor to C, F to G. 10th fret power chord down to the into the sun. The sun. Now the into the sun part, I'm pretty sure it's the same chords as the pre-chorus. There might be another element as well. There's something else in the mix there that's making my ear go like, what's going on? But harmonically, and the chords that are played live, I'm pretty sure are the pre-chorus chords. And that goes into the chorus and we're out. But let's go back and just make sure we're clear on those chords for the bridge. So we got A minor to the F to the G chord. No, no, G to F, A minor, now that she, F to G. Now the G chord, most times you could be using that regular G just with the second finger or the third finger. It doesn't really matter what finger you use there, but I think the power chord seems to work a little better there, especially we got that little slide down there. Now in that bridge as well, you could be choosing to give it a little bit more energy at that point, so again, nice for the dynamics. To the sun. Back big for the chorus. Nothingman. You know, all of these songs, the dynamic changes are one of the things that we feel is so powerful, having these bits where it's, particularly a song like this, it's got to be sensitive. You've got to be feeling it with sensitivity. You've got to be holding the pick light and just really trying to feel it. There is a strumming pattern, but it's about how you feel that strumming pattern that'll make it work. If you're just going down, up, down, up, down. It's just kind of right. But there's more to it than that, and it's about this. I often talk about making strumming feel good, and it's particularly in this sort of song, it's about being sensitive to the feeling of the music. So feeling it, it's not feeling good like, well, hey, everyone's having a party. It's not that kind of feeling good, but it wants to feel relaxed and comfortable and aware of the music that's going on and the content of the lyrics and all of that sort of stuff. I think if you understand those things as a guitar player, you get more in tune with the music. You know, if you're playing on your own, I guess, and singing it, you got to do all of that. But if you're playing in a band, definitely you need to be tuned into how everyone else is feeling it as well. And so it becomes a collective feeling, which I think is, you know, one of the powerful things of a band like Pearl Jam is that they're really together as a unit. It's a band. It really works great. I'm just a little bit of a fan. Sorry, I get a bit fanboy sometimes with Pearl Jam. So that's Nothingman. I got to admit, I feel really stoked that I finally managed to work out how to play this song properly. Because literally, I was playing this song, you know, as a teenager. It was just, I think it was teens, maybe early 20s. But, you know, but back when I lived in Tasmania, it was like, this was a staple kind of tune that we used to play. This and Better Man and those kind of, you know, Alive, all of those songs were popular kind of rock covers that we all used to play in the bars and stuff. And, you know, I just kind of wish that my ears had clocked that little change, because I think I knew for a long time that it wasn't quite there. And yeah, I feel stoked that this morning I've come to work on a Sunday, which is unusual for me, and I've just stumbled onto the answer, and yeah, good on me. Give myself a pat on the back. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Probably plenty more Pearl Jam coming up, because I still seem to be on a bit of a Pearl Jam binge. What are your favourite Pearl Jam songs? What do you want me to do lessons on next? Let me know in the comments. I will be definitely checking it out. As usual, loads and loads more Pearl Jam over on the website, so do go and check that as well. Please subscribe to my channel. If you dig what I do, I always appreciate you slapping the like as well. And tell your friends if you learnt the song, where you learned it from. A little bit of promo is always appreciated. You take care of yourselves. See you very soon. Bye-bye.